Hey friends, it's Santel here. Welcome back to my channel, Style with Santel. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and so you won't miss anything that I'm posting, because I am planning to do a lot of content for 2023. But first, Christmas is just around the corner. I hope you're all ready and have all your gifts packed. My little tree's back there. It's all ready at my big white condo. And I am so excited to share with you Boxing Day sale stuff, a preview, or depending when you're watching this, it's what we have on sale starting Boxing Day until December 31st. So if you're interested in how I got this look today using products that are all going to be on sale, stay tuned because I would love to share it with you. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to put on my highlight colors, which are our foundation colors in the Seint world. And I'm going to use our buff brush. This brush is on sale for 40% off. So I'm going to use the bigger end of the brush. It's a double-sided brush. And I'm going to apply my highlight colors with it. And I'm just going to start with my Mango, which right now is my color corrector. And my skin is quite dark, so it works well for me in the summer as a main shade too. So sometimes we need to sort of change our shades as our skin tans or untans. But just for a color corrector, you just dap it in very lightly and then swirl it in to the darkest points on your face. So super easy. And there's no right or wrong way of putting this on. The only thing I could say to you is don't put on too much. This buff brush, which is denser in texture, will put on more product. It'll pick up more product when you pick it up out of the container. So if you're looking for more coverage with your product and that's what you like, this brush is really good for that. So I'm just adding some of that. Then on my main shade, I'm just going to add to a couple other areas here. And I'm just evening out the tone of my skin with my foundation colors, or we call them highlight colors. With mature skin, often I'll color correct you with 3 highlight colors, and it will be, the first one will be a color corrector to reduce any of the concerned areas on your face, darker areas with more depth, which could be blemishes, darker circles under your eyes. And then we'll go to our main shade, and then we have a highlight shade. So a highlight shade is the lightest one. And it could be you could think of that as a brightener shade. And so I'll just tap that also on under my eyes for a little brightener. So you might think of the highlight shade more as concealer, which you would use in some areas, but we're using it to brighten up some of the high points on our face. And you really just dap in your brush and then dap it on. And you put very little on. I'm also going to use my highlight color on my eyelids. I did add some primer already, but I like how this evens out the color of my eyelids before I start. So that's my basic highlight colors. So I'm going to take my perfector now, and I'm just going to dap on where I put my highlight colors just to press it in and make sure I've removed any excess. And we can layer these. So if I find an area that I think doesn't have enough coverage, I can always go in and just dap a little bit more on and make sure I have the coverage I want on the areas. It's very forgiving. Because it's cream makeup, it just warms up and blends into our skin. Okay, so I use the big end of the buff brush for that. The smaller end of this brush is really good for contour. So I can just press that into my contour, and I can press that under my cheekbone and gives myself some contour. Kind of just press it in and blend it up. And again, you can build this up to whatever depth you want. I just love how contour gives me more angular look. And I have a big forehead, so I like to add some contour onto my forehead. Oh, get my hair out of the way. So as that warms up, that just blends in so nice. You could take this little end to contour a line on your nose. If you want to do a nose contour, you can also take it and do under your jawline. And it just gives it more of a shadow there, so we look like we have more of a definite jawline. The next thing I want to do is add some eyebrow color with this eyeshadow called Oak. And you can use your eyeshadows also for your eyebrows. So I'm going to use the line brush today. I'm just going to take this fine end of it. I usually use, no, this is a multitasker brush. Sorry, I usually use the line brush, but I didn't pack it up here. It's at home. So I'm going to use, when all else fails, other things can be used. And I'm going to use a little spoolie that I have, which is typically on the end of the line brush. Then we're going to take the brow wax. So the trick with the brow wax is, and I spray it with some setting spray. Just get a little wet there. Take the spoolie, run the spoolie along it to pick up some of the wax, and then we just apply the wax to our eyebrows, and it helps shape them. But that brow wax, it works like a hot damn, lasts forever. I keep it in its own little tin, and it's also on sale, 25% off. I like adding some bronzer at this time of year to give my face more of a tan look and more warmth. This is Bella bronzer. Don't need much. I love putting it on with the big end, the bronzer end of the blush bronzer brush. This brush is so fluffy that when it picks up very, the product's dispersed more. So it goes on a lighter finish and just adds the bronzer where you want it. And differently than the buff brush, which is on sale, is more dense. So that picks up more product. But when you just have to tap on a little bit of product, it works really well too. We have a select eyeshadows that are on for 40% off, and that is a steal of a deal. So I want to just pick some that I have, and I'm going to start with Gilded, and I'm going to use that as my base shade. So I'm going to put that on. So I just go over my crease. So in the crease, but over it a little bit. Start on the kind of the inside and blend that in. It's got a lot of pigment in this eyeshadow, so I'm just going to use what's on this brush on this side, because I could always layer more on if I want. So that's Gilded. It's a pretty color. It'd be a pretty color for an all one eye color. Or you can just use it in a multiple. And I thought I would just show you a couple of these colors that I have right now and how they can work because they're on sale. So the next one I want to go with is, and these are darker colors, but just shows you how you can use these anyways, is Emerald City. And it's a green. And I just want to add this Emerald City. I want to take the smaller end of the eyeshadow brush, and I want to add that not to the outer corner of my eye, but kind of on the middle third of it. The third quarter. How is a third and a quarter the same thing? I don't know. I want to add it there. And adding a little green here and just blending it in. So I have brown eyes. I think anybody can wear almost any eyeshadow colors, but some of us have preferences. And this is a really pretty green and adds a little bit of definition there. Then I want to take, so I'll just blend these in. So then I want to take this one called Denim, and I'll take that with the same little end, and I want to do that in the corner. And blend it in. I want to take what's on the end left of this brush and I want to put under the eye. Okay, and then, so we can blend this out. I love these greens and blues, especially if I'm wearing a lot of denim, which I wear, and coordinates. But when you blend them in, it creates like an ombre effect. And I can go lighter. See, if I find that I go too much under my eye, I can take my highlight color and just kind of dap it on there. Just on the very tip of the brush, dap a very little bit on. And I just smooth that out. Okay, now the fourth color in here that I wanted to use, I'm going to take the multitasker brush, is Stardust. This one I really like for a color because it's a darker shimmer, but put that in the center there and it just makes this whole look pop. Isn't that fun? That would be using 4 of the eyeshadows that are on sale, 40% off on Boxing Day. So you might like how one of those colors look. Sometimes it's easier to see on a face than not. So the next thing I want to talk about is 2 illuminators that are also part of the gift selection for Christmas. And while they're still in stock, they're a nice little 2 illuminator collection to get. And they're Chandelier and Confetti. So why do I like illuminators? How do I wear illuminators? And they're cream based. Illuminators are so much fun. So I can take this illuminator with my finger and I can go under my brow here and just add a little bit of this. So illuminators are what you'd normally see in a makeup store that would be your highlight color probably, or your brightener. And this is how these illuminators can work. So this one is Chandelier, and I just added that under my eyes. I can also add it onto right above my cheek. So this is Chandelier on this side, what I'll do. And then this one, which I also like, is Confetti. And they're just, this one is a little bit more warmer. And I can put that on this side. The other place where illuminators are nice are down the center of your nose because it adds some brightness. If you were going out, you could put them on your chest to do some sparkle there. I love adding illuminator to my lips. You can also add it under your eye a little bit here. If you want a little bit under your Cupid's bow, add a little there. Bow, Cupid's bow. It's a bow and arrow, not a bow and arrow. See, I always pronounce it wrong. But you can add a little there also. So wherever you want a little more brightness, a little more pop on your face, you can add illuminator. So I love that. So there you have it. I did my face today all about the Boxing Day sale. And I just need a little setting spray, a little mascara, and I am set to go. So thanks for watching. Thanks for staying tuned to Style with Centel. Please like and subscribe, as I will endeavor to do more makeup tutorials for women with mature skin like myself, over 30, over 40, or us over 50, or even in your 60s. I can help you with your mature skin. So like and subscribe, stay tuned, and until next time, live, love, learn, and laugh, and Merry Christmas.